the replay, go ahead and fast forward a little bit till you see some comments. If you're watching the replay right away, it does take about 24 hours for the comments to kick in. And it helps if I update the info so anyone can see this. Let's refresh that. There I am. Okay, I'm gonna flip this. Oops, and mute. Don't want to hear me on my other device there. Get this snugged up in here. There we go. Woohoo! Looky, looky. So excited. Lift this up just a hair. And so we can make sure we get all of that in there. We are gonna play with some Arteza gouache and the new mermaid. She's not a mermaid, she is an Octolady. But we'll just give it a second here to see if anybody wants to pop in and say hello. While we're waiting, I do need to finish trimming out the Octolady. I wanted to make a stencil, and it was a little more detailed than I thought. So yeah, we need an extra time to chop her up here. And it's not perfect, it's just to help keep some of the watercolor out of her space, so her colors can be rich and vibrant and whatnot. And I will show you what she looks like here in just a second. Just got a couple of tentacles to chop out, and I am using a masking paper. Well, it's a transfer paper that my mom had in her stuff, and I'm thinking it's just going to do what I need it to do. I did order some masking fluid for my future watercolor projects. Okay, we're almost done. Just getting this last little tentacle cut out. Ooh, almost there. All right. Oops, just a little bit here. And I will show you what she looks like in all of her glory. There we go. So, this is Octolady. That is what she looks like, all stamped out. Isn't she pretty? This is by AALL and Create, number 236, Octolady, by Olga Heldwin. But and it comes with a sentiment that says, "Dreams soar on the wings of imagination." I thought that was really cute. And then here she is. Well, I guess I missed her hair too. Trying to do a little bit of fussy cutting. A little bit. Let's be honest here. It's taking me like 15 minutes to chop her out, because she's got a lot of detail in here. And yep, make sure I'm not cutting a hair piece out here. It's pretty easy to cut. It's just a lot. And I didn't cut around her fingers perfectly. I'm not too worried about that. Okay, I'm going to back up just a second to get this going. All right. Oh, almost. No. Almost chopped it off completely. All right. We'll get around here just a little bit. There we go. Just that, and then get this little bit here. Just a little fussy cutting before we get going on this big box of goodies. Well, holy moly. Remember, fussy cut like the day before, because this is a much. Actually, I'm just going to snip that off. We're just going to snip that off. It's just a hair piece. Okay, So there is Octolady's little mask. Getting ready. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Gloria. Today we are using Octolady from AALL Create. All Create. I don't know how they pronounce that. And we're opening up our beautiful box of gouache. Hello, Melissa and Jean. Thank you all for joining. And I did slice the bottom open so that wouldn't take us too long. And the box just slides right out. And then you have your beautiful tubes of gouache. Look at all these lovely colors. There's 60 colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colors per tray. Look at those. Let's get them all out. Can we get them all? Ooh, there's more. Yeah, look at all of those. And then those look, yeah, these ones are pearl, 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 pearl. Aren't they fabulous looking? We'll probably use a little bit of that. Now, the fun thing about gouache is you can use it straight out of the tube, or you can go and get yourself some half pans. Don't ask me why they call them half pans. It's kind of a weird name. Oh, that's funny. In my camera, it doesn't do that. So let's see if we can't get it to fix itself here. Come on. There we go. Because my program wants to be weird. Because in my phone, it's landscape. I don't know why it's doing portrait mode. Okay. No! You are being terrible. Okay, let's try this again. Come on. There's a lag and it's not wanting to cooperate. Okay, now stay put. Stay put. That's how we're going. Don't move. Okay, are we going to stay that way this time? Ooh, it looks like it. Okay, so there's that. All right, and so yep, there's a Maureen. Thank you for joining. Okay, so back to what I was saying. You can use them straight out of the tube. These are the gouache, or you can buy the things that are called half pans. And you know that some watercolors already come preset in those. The Arteza comes in things like that. Okay, and Arteza does sell these containers with the little trays in them. They're kind of spendy, or you can just buy a whole bunch of these and kind of make your own container, which I'm going to have a video on that. I found a jewelry box that should house these perfectly. And once you get your goodness in there, oh, look at that. You can put as much or as little as you want in there. Once you fill that, you just set it aside and let it dry. And once it dries, you can use it like the pan watercolors that are already done. But since I did that one, I am going to write that down. Let's see. That's A504 AEGEAN blue, like I can pronounce that. Ugh. And I'll just set that little guy right over there, and then we'll play with these ones. All right, so I got we won't swatch them all, but I did grab some watercolor paper so we can play around with some of the colors, because we're going to need some blues and some oranges, because I think I'm going to do her in like some deep reds and oranges, like that kind of octopus. So let's see what we can do here. I'm just going to grab a sheet of watercolor paper. Maybe. It's not pulling out. There we go. Maybe just one more, just in case. I'm going to set that aside there. And then we're going to move this batch of goodness. Probably won't need any of those. Definitely want to try those. Blues and greens. Some yellows. Oh, some more greens. Look at those. All right. We're going to start off with some blues and reds. All right. All right, all right. Jean says, that's a big box of gouache. I only have 12. Yeah, I went all in. Is it? I'm showing full screen on my laptop. Did it leave and come back? Or was that another time from the first time? Okay. Yeah, never mind. I misread that. Sorry, guys. Okay. Yeah, there's no locking the screen for some reason. It just is, it's weird. Okay. So I have 2 cups of water. I have one that I'm going to try to keep my dirty brushes, and the nice clean water to grab some clean stuff. And I am going to grab a medium-sized brush, and this one is new. I haven't used it yet. So I'm just going to swish it in the water. I'm not going to scrub it on the bottom. It doesn't need that. Just give it some swishing, and it'll start to soften up. Just like so. Okay? Because we don't want to crack it and whatnot, because it'll do weird stuff to your brush. And what I'm thinking is we're just going to play with a few of these colors. So I'm going to squirt my paper. And I'm going to grab some of that Aegean blue. Aegean blue. I want to see what this ice blue. Ooh, that's more of a purpley. That's pretty though. And then we have a sky blue. Ooh, that's pretty too. I'm liking these colors. And then we have ultramarine blue. Oh, ho, ho. Ultramarine. Isn't that pretty? And then this Prussian. Oh, that one almost looks black. Ooh, that is so pretty. Okay. Octolady. Yes, that is the name of the stamp we're using today. That's her stamped out on a piece of transfer tape. Oh, wow. That's violet. But, you know, you add a little bit of purple into your sea life and it's going to be really pretty. Let's see what these do. We're just going to miss those little goodies. Grab some fresh water. Oh, look at it. And see, this is what you get it like acrylic paint when you use it right out of the tube. Isn't that pretty? And then you can let it do fun stuff. Dirty water. Pick up some clean water and try this one. Oh, those are going to make great colors together. Look at that. I'm loving it. This one here. That's going to be fabulous for the edging for sure. Just let that water just pile up. Now, of course, doing a very wet method that's going to cause the paper to take a while to dry. You can tape this down to a board. Now I'm going to scoop this little color out because I didn't really give it enough room. Ugh, you see, when you just let it puddle in there, there's a puddle of water. Ooh, pardon me, lady. You can just let that play around. And then you want to find a nice flat place to dry. Upside down Medusa. Yeah. All right. So now we're going to go into, which one was this? So this one is the Prussian blue. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Can we see the beauty in that blue? Oh. And this is what you want to do. Watercolors, paints, whatever you get, you just grab some tubes and you grab a piece of paper and you just play. Because you're never going to know what the colors are going to do if you don't play. See how they look together? You know, the really wet scenario with some big blobs. It's just fabulous. And to clean my brush, if you're using decent brushes, these are not super expensive. I bought the sets at Hobby Lobby, the Fine Touch. Usually Fine Touch goes Master's Touch, Fine Touch. They go on sale at 50% off. You know, then it's like buy one, get one free. So, but you want to just swish, okay? And I've seen them where they put stuff in the bottom, and I had that. I had a screen in the bottom, and I was just scrubbing my brushes. And I noticed it was breaking them down, and I was losing the little bristles and stuff, and it was really killing my brushes. So I did away with that. Now, if you leave your brush out, yeah, you're going to want to scrub it, but you're going to want to find something that's more pliable. Now, this is a kitchen scrubber. It's a silicone one, and when my brushes get really bad, I just have it under running water and I rub it back and forth and I let those bristles, nice, soft and gentle, get in and help me clean them. But if you're constantly cleaning your brushes, you're not going to have that problem. Okay, let's go into this violet because, well, it's violet. She's turning violet. Violet. Ugh. Oh, look at that. I think that's going to be the bottom of my ocean. Those two colors together are just gorgeous. And then when I hit it with the spray, it did an overspray of color. That's really pretty too. Gonna let it pool. It's just watercolor and whatnot. Clean my brush. Set that aside. Tap that off. Ugh, that is just gorgeous. And right here, I've got some paint buildup, so I'm going to grab some clean water and help that move around a little bit. Maybe add some to this side. Because even though I'm playing, I can easily cut this section out because I really like it. Got some color in there. Let that run. Oh yeah. Look at that. Okay. Look at those colors. Aren't they pretty? And then I can easily just chop that out. Get that a little bit more color there. Tap off the extra. Oh yeah. I'm liking that. And I'm going to grab my towel and just dab the bottom here so that I can grab that puddle. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my scissors I'm just going to cut this in half because I didn't quite use the whole paper, which is fine, but I really like that bottom, so I want to keep that. Come on, sissies, work with me. Work with me. Hold on one second. I got to set this down and try and get this chopped up. Okay. So I'm going to set that there. Now I'm going to take this piece and put it on my dry rack. Okay, and then I'm going to take this secondary piece and clean up my mess. Look at that. So, even when you're playing, you're making stuff. Let me dry this, okay? Pardon me, I'm going to back it up a little bit. Come on. Okay, so we've got it all nice and dry. Looks pretty cool. And then we're going to add, I want to add more color down there. Oh yeah, look at that. So we're going to let it dry again. Pardon me. Pick up one last bit of color and see what we can get here. Oh yes, I'm loving it. And see, now I've got another piece started for another project just by cleaning up what I had going on. And again, this was mostly the leftover, so the violet and the Prussian blue mix here. Set that on my dry rack. Now I'm just going to squirt it with water, grab my towel, and wipe it up. Now with my towels, I just throw them in a wash by themselves. I just have a couple dozen towels that are just for my crafts, and I just let them pile up because there's no food and no yuckies. It's just paint and inks and stuff. Okay. And when I'm all done, I just throw it in a heap. And when my heap is all full, I send them through the wash. Haven't had any troubles with them. Okay. Now, see, I did pretty good. I kept my clean water clean and my dirty water dirty. Did pretty good. All right. So, I want to check out some of the reddish orangey colors so we can know what to paint our pretty lady with. So let's grab, we're going to be a little bit more specific, crimson red. Crimson red. I'm going to turn that one the other way so I know I used it. And let's try this one. Vermilion red, which is going to be a little bit of orangey red. It's kind of what I was going for. And then we'll do a little bit of saffron orange. These colors just sound lush. That's a big glob, but that's okay. And then how about orange red? Ooh, so nice. It's going to look pretty if I can pull this off. Nice clean water. Dirty brush. There we go. Nice clean-ish water. Very pretty. Look at that. And see how we can layer the colors. We can leave it thick just out of the tube, or we can water it down. And that's just one color. Ooh, so pretty. Okay. Okay. Clean that. A little bit more. This orangey color. Ooh-wee. Look at that. Oh yeah, these are going to look great together. I love it. These would make good poppy colors. You know, you could paint these orange reds on there, and then if you have poppy stamps, you could just stamp poppies all over the place, or die cut a poppy. It'd be really pretty. Oh yeah, that looks like sunset right there. Oh, I'm loving that. Mix it with that. Look at this. Yeah. I think it's going to look really great with this deep orangey red colors. And it saturates really nice too. I like that. So you could be more methodical about your painting. So yeah, those are some really beautiful orange and red colors, reddy oranges. And that's what I'm thinking she's going to be like right there, that there. And then highlights with that there. And no, I'm not worried about wasting paper or wasting material, because even if I don't particularly like this, I can use this as a backdrop for collecting prints off my gel press, or just adding other elements to it. So this is not a big deal, not whatsoever. And I don't mind that I got it on the back side. But yeah, you can just go all out. So let's get Miss Octolady stamped out. Well, not stamped out. We're going to watercolor and then stamp her after. I'm just going to block in an area just in case I muck it up. Okay. And today I'm using that brand. And this is a very interesting brand. When you go to get it out, they're all glued together. And there's one little spot up at the top that is not glued together. And that's where you put your cutting device in. And you just gently trim the gluey part right off. It's actually very easy. And then once you get that done, it just pops right out. But I'm going to leave that one in there because I did pull two. Now, I do want to make sure that this is a little bit bigger than my work surface, which it is. I'm doing a slim line. Yes, and because I have a ton of paper, you know, I've been collecting it for years. I even found paper that I didn't know I have, and I had bought the exact same stuff, and a lot of it. Most definitely. I'll worry when I get down to that one last pack and nobody ever has a sale again. That's when I'll worry. But, you know, that's never really going to happen, is it? Okay, I cleaned my brush. I'm going to swirl it in the clean water just to make sure. Now, we're going to go with those blues, but I don't want to go straight on to my paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the ultramarine right on my glass mat, okay? That is the best part about this. I'm going to grab that Prussian blue, and then we're going to throw in a little bit of that violet because that was just gorgeous. But we don't need as much, I don't think. And then I think I'm going to do the sky blue a little bit to tame down some of that one. Kind of get a middle of the road. And this is going to be our background. And I haven't done this in a long time, so cross our fingers it doesn't turn out to muck. So now I'm going to pull out a big brush, which apparently I haven't used. So I'm just going to swoosh it around, give it a test, and she's okay. And before I forget, oh, Octolady, I need you. Maybe. Oh, there it is. I can say I know I saw a peeled area. And this is just going to give me an idea of where she's going to go, so I don't take on too much color. If it bleeds through, I'm not worried about that at all. Get that tacked down. Come on. She's not peeling. Her tentacles are going to be the death of me. Come on. Nope, nope, nope. Don't rip there. Wow. Okay. Remember that. She's a pain in the bupkis. Okay. I don't want to distort her too much because I know the stamp. You just stuck right to yourself. Jiminy Christmas, lady. Hey, lady. I know. That's not actually attached. There we go. There we go. Oh, I didn't cut that all the way out. But that's okay. We'll make a do. We'll go in and add some more detail. Maybe. See, this is everyday life, people. The frustrations. When things don't go exactly the way you plan, we make do. These tentacles are killing me. Stay put. It looks kind of cool, curly, but it's not what we want, people. Come on. And then this one. Okay. We're just going to break that one off. This one too. You're giving me fits. We'll kind of stay away from those areas a little bit. Okay. Look it. Hey, Nancy, Tracy, Ciao, Stacy, hello, everybody. But you see, it's okay. This happens, my friends. One of them days. One of them days. Let's get some of this paint off of me real quick. Okay. So we know that paint is everywhere. We'll grab this one. This is our middle blue right there. We're going to grab some clean paint. Get that on there. We're going to grab our mister bottle. I got my gouache at Arteza from your link. All right, that is where I got mine. And I got it on one of their sales too. Hi, Brittany. Okay, so I'm just gonna tap this in. Nothing fancy, we're just tapping right into our misted water. I did mist this down, okay? You can add more. And you can do this with regular watercolors too. You don't have to use liquid gouache. You can use regular pan watercolors, you know, the dry stuff. Use whatever you have available. It will all work. I have to redo the 3-hour glucose test. Aww. Sorry, that sucks. Oh, see, Miss Nancy shared her Arteza. And they're always having sales. So combine that with Nancy's code and stuff, you guys. You get your stuff on sale. That's how I got my foam tape. I get it on their sale. So that was that one. So we're going to go into this one. That one's going to be our bottom blue. So we're going to add this at the bottom. Just tapping in there. Nothing, like I said, nothing exciting. This is something you could do with your kids. You know, you put out the colors and say, okay, let's use these colors. Just add those in there. I'm going to get a little bit of that purple. And you see, it was, well, you probably didn't see, but that was super dry right there because I stuck my hand in it. It reactivates. That's what's so fun about this, is you can use it just like acrylic. You can let it dry and use it like a watercolor. And of course, that is not as vibrant as if we were doing it direct. See that? More dark, lighter. And I'm being kind of organic. My brush is a flat, and I'm just kind of being organic. You know, kind of like if it was coral hidden way back there, and you just don't quite see it, but there's a shape to it. Ugh, look at that. I need to get some more blue up at the top, though. Hi, Kim. Yep. Yep. Oh, so we have Jen, who says she never really understood what gouache was compared to other paints. And then we have Miss Nancy, who is right on the nose. Gouache is a hybrid of acrylic and watercolors. So you get the love of both worlds. You can use it like acrylic, nice and thick right out of the tube. Okay. And it goes down nice and opaque. Oops, let me pull my tray back here a little bit. Okay, you can use it right out of the tube, nice and opaque, or you can water that stuff right down and use it just like watercolors. And that one, I'm not liking the color, so I'm just gonna help it along a little bit. Ooh, there we go. Just a little bit. And even if it dries to your glass mat, your mixed media mat, whatever you're using, let me pull that down. I don't know why I feel like I'm chasing my board here. You can add more water to it. And change the color. I want that more flowy. Get a little bit more blue in there. There we go. It's a little dark on that side. I need to lighten it up on this side. Let's add a touch of, ooh, this one is a pearl color. Let's add in a touch of pearl, like around her. We're gonna do this pearl. Ooh, that's pretty. It is pearl emerald green. Because you know ocean water is not pure blue and it's not green. It's like this hybrid of interesting colors. Some spots are crystal blue, some have this green in it. And that is what we're going to do. We're going to add just a touch of this green in there. Oh yeah. And again, we're just using tappy motions. Very organic. Pull some more of that blue in with the green. Oh, very nice. A little more misty. A little bit of green. And I don't have to tap hard. I'm not bending my bristles or anything. I'm just tapping him in there. And I went a little too crazy on that side. And if you just want to try, just buy small packs. They do sell small packs. You don't have to be crazy and get the full pack like I did. Okay. But I knew I have some projects in mind, so I know I'm going to be using this stuff up quite a bit. And I do want to get in a little bit closer where I was kind of missing her. Oh, I'm loving that. I'm really liking that. But I do want a little bit more something going on here. Like maybe there's more definition on my coral. Just tapping. Just tapping. That's the best part. You can do this anyway. A little spritz. Blow that right out. All right. Now, if you guys pardon me 1 second, I'm going to turn on my dryer. And I'm going to dry that up a bit. See if we can't do this two-handed. We're going to dry and clean. Woohoo! Ooh, look at that. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, I'm kind of liking that. Yes. Hold on 1 second. So we need one wet right there. Set that one aside. Still a little bit soggy. Just tap off that little bit of excess I had going on. There we go. Okay, and I'll set this aside because it's mostly dry, and I'm just going to stamp her right there. Look at what it did. It like the color like bled really neatly in there. That's just so cool. And because I mixed the opal quite a bit, it's not probably as shimmery as it would be, but there is some shimmer in there. It's a very interesting texture where I put in that green opal color. Very interesting. Oh, look at that. So never feel like you're gonna waste anything. You just grab a sheet of paper. It can be copy paper. It doesn't have to be anything spectacular. But this is gonna be nice when I do a gel print. This will be a nice base to a gel print. Put in a stencil on that. Oh, that's going to be really cool. I'm loving that section right there. So I'm going to set that aside so it will dry, and then we're going to actually really do it clean. Super easy. Get a towel. Get your water. Soak that up. I wouldn't wash this with your good clothes. Just make a load of, you know, stuff. Dirty rags. And we have a nice, clean, well, almost clean workstation. Ta-da! And then that'll wash off. You just go and wash your hands and you'll be okay. Okay. Let's see if we kept our area fairly clean. Now this, some parts will not, see, that's not too bad. That actually did pretty good. And again, this is just some really, really old transfer tape that my mom had. It is no name. I have no idea who made it or what. It's just some roll of weird stuff that I found after buying the Cricut stuff, which is super tacky, and that's what it looks like, is just some tack transfer tape. All right, I do apologize. You guys have been chitty chatty. Madison, such a beautiful name. Miss Chow's been to her doctors. All right, so we have that, and I do have a couple of little wet spots, so I'm just going to dry them up. Now normally, if you're doing, you've got your gouache out, you got your watercolors out, you've got your scribble sticks are a new thing. They're basically watercolor, whatever you got, you get it out, you do a lot of backgrounds, and then you can go in and stamp them all. Okay, so we're gonna pull out our Misty, and we're going to see that that is just a little bit too big. That's no big deal. And figure out what I want to cut off, so I'll probably cut off that part. So I'm gonna put that right there. Okay, just like so. Make sure. Okay, I'm going to peel this off the door. And then she's got bubbles. Okay, we're just going to kind of layer in there where we had the tape taped off. And of course, my little bar's in the way for that. That's all right. Okay, this is going to be where she sets. So we can just grab this. Nope. A little button doodads in the way. Okay. And then we're just going to ink it up. And I'm going to just use my VersaFine Clair. Whoop, whoop. And if you're using Memento, okay, these are my go-tos. Mementos and StazOn. I was using StazOn for watercolor projects. And then I was using Memento for alcohol projects. And now I'm using this kind of for both. And it's way darker. So much darker. And love taps. Okay. We are not compressing. We're not slamming this on there. It might sound loud, but we're just love taps. Just some love taps. Now, when I stamped my template, I missed that. So I want to make sure that I get every little inch. Just like so. Just like so. And then we're going to stamp. Nice and easy peasy. All right, now it's a watercolor, so I'm not freaking out. We're just gonna do it again. Nice love taps. And then we're gonna stamp right where we saw the misses. Just give it a little bit extra pressure. Yes, I am definitely, got it on my wish list in a couple of shops. So just depending on which shop I go to first, I'll be picking up the refill for that. Okay, now look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? Ooh. Okay. So we're going to clean our stamp because this ink doesn't clean as well as the Memento, but man, it does make beautiful, beautiful image. Okay. We're going to pop this out. And I am at 52 minutes. Okay, took a little bit longer than I wanted, but this part should be fairly quick. We're going to grab a skinnier brush. We're going to grab some clean water, and I'm going to take a little bit of the Prussian, just a little bit, and really water that down. So I'm just going to get a little bit, and then I'm going to tap it in right there where it's supposed to be colored and I didn't get to the color. Inside there, inside there. Just kind of add a little bit of color where we missed because of the cover up. Okay. Easy peasy. Now the same thing with the oranges. We're gonna do the highlights. Didn't need that much. This part you don't need a ton when you're going for the fine detail. Just a teeny little squeeze. And my two reds, the vermilion red and crimson red. Okay, now I'm going to grab some water. I'm going to thin this out a little bit and just tap it in there. Grab a little bit of the orange. And I'm not being perfect. This is not a project that needs to be perfect. I want beautiful, crazy hair going on. Okay, get a little bit of orange. Okay, and then maybe her body is just a little bit a reddish, orangish color. Just lighten that up. All I did was add water. I didn't even pick up any more color. I just added in water. Add a little bit more of that yellow. A little bit more red. More water. Very artistic-y. We're not trying to paint a Mona Lisa. Oh, they're drag racing again. Woohoo! The other day, one of those motorcycles went by and it was revving really funny, and I was giggling, and I was like, man, one of these days one of those guys is gonna go by and it's gonna go pop, just vroom, and explode. There we go. Nothing fancy, just tap that in there, just add that color, and there she is. Woohoo! Look at that. That only took a couple of minutes to do that part. Aw, Nancy misses her bike. One of these days, maybe you'll get another one. Okay. So there she is. AALL creates Octolady with some gouache and Arteza watercolor. Now, I'm really loving this. I may have to change the size of my slimline card just a little bit so I can get even more of this on there. Because, you know, you can make your slimline as big as your envelope. And mine are a little bit smaller. So, I will just be trimming that down. I'm going to let it dry before I do that. And that pearl color, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it did. Even with all the color mixing I put in there, that is just really pretty. Ugh, and I love this little thing it did right here. I may have to do another one of these and just leave this one like this. I really like her. Got a little too dark in there, but that's okay. All right. So, my friends, I hope you really enjoyed playing with some gouache colors. I am going to do a video where I swatch them out. If you're interested, I will put that up hopefully next week because I'm going to be filling my little half pans and letting them dry. And that one's got a little skin on it. It's getting there. It's getting there. But yeah, exciting news. I heard that somebody's going to go live after me. Are you still doing that, Miss Tracy? Nancy says she doesn't want to get a bike because she doesn't want her kids getting any ideas. What? So funny. All right. So, I'm going to pop in maybe YouTube. I should have had that ready while I was asking. Copy. Control C. And Control V. So I'm headed over there to Stacy, to Tracy's channel. She is going to go live next. If you guys are wanting some more content pop on over there, and I will see you there. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me tonight, and we will see you next Wednesday.